Hello there. I just seem to be being introduced to great movies now. And this one is actually, I really do enjoy it. Three Idiots.
That's right. I'm about to monologue, son.
Three Idiots is basically a college movie, but it's not like the typical American college movie, which is primarily about, partying and, I guess not, I don't know, immature humor, stuff like that. This one's actually enjoyable. It's like about the hijinks of college, the fun you have, the actual playful events, and it has an amazing talent of switching from being incredibly funny 1 minute to incredibly heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching the next, because it's basically factual. They take in like what happens really in the culture. How is it really in college? College is a stressful place, so it should be seen as such, especially if you're like in a high-grade college. The higher like a Harvard or Yale or something that's like impossible to get into, the higher the stakes, the more the stress. So it was enjoyable to watch, and it's basically called Three Idiots because one guy, the Rancho character, you can kind of predict where the story's going if you know enough about writing. You can predict where it's going because the second you're introduced to him, I got the vibe that he's dirt poor. He has not a dollar to his name. But as the story goes on, they start mentioning more and more and more, and I was just like, that's a bit confusing. How would he talk to this other kid telling him to just buy an old school uniform and audit classes? How would he know to do that unless he previously did it himself? So he's basically talking with firsthand knowledge about things that he wouldn't know if he was filthy rich. So there's little things going on that are just like, this is interesting. But I enjoy the fact that he just loves to do what he does and he believes that everyone should follow their passion and kind of pushes his two other friends, which are, they're basically three idiots. Altogether, they're three idiots, to do what they're passionate about. And I actually really do love that because it's nice to see a movie which is not about college parties and stuff like that. This is actually down-to-earth humor, down-to-earth, just morals and values, and I just really loved it. There's a part where it has the same kind of college trope where there's a girl who's already in a relationship with someone else, and it's his job to break them up so he can end up with her. Sure, they kept that, but I do love how the main character, Rancho, is not actually the main character of the story. He's not narrating. His friend Fran is narrating the whole story. Yeah, Fran's narrating the whole story, and it starts with Fran. And I was like, this is actually pretty cool. I like how the focus is Rancho, but he is not the actual narrator. It's his friend telling the story. His friend telling everything because his friend's telling it from his point of view. Because this is actually supposed to be kind of a twist ending, which honestly, even though I saw it coming from the beginning, I still enjoyed it. Because they did it right. They did it with just giving you enough information to those who know about story could easily follow, but those who don't know anything will actually enjoy the end. Because they keep talking about this character who this character Silencer is trying to get a job with, and it's just like, okay, I kind of know where this is going. There's got to be some kind of twist ending where the Rancho ends up being the one with the deal with the new scientist, or something's gonna happen. So they do a lot of this stuff. It's just like, it's exciting. I enjoy to watch it. It's funny every time. There are these parts which get very serious, and these parts where it just seems like where they switch, or one character is trying to learn Hindi, and they switch the dialogue on him, where instead of saying served, he says screwed. So he's basically talking about his favorite teacher who has served all his students. So it's very humorous. I found it very funny because it's just like, I could see people in college doing that. If there's someone you don't like, you play pranks on them. So it's definitely worth a watch. I will absolutely see it again. I've seen it twice already. And yeah, it's going to be one of my top rewatches because they always have those movies which you go back and rewatch. And I'm glad that I'm starting to find more and more movies out there because, let's face it, I've gotten tired of Hollywood. They haven't come out with anything good in a while. Sure, they come out with an occasionally good action movie, but nothing that's actually a good story. And here, I've seen great story in India's movies. So I'm planning on watching a lot more, and I'll be talking a lot more. Hopefully, they'll be as great as these, unless I'm just being shown or seeing the the great ones, just so I develop a bias towards them.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.